Hey,
Hey, welcome to another edition of Blase Blah.
blase, blase, blah.
Okay, well, we're talking about today an interview that was on telly this morning on the Andrew Marr show. Now, this is an interview conducted with Sir Patrick Stewart, who's campaigning for a campaign for the People's Vote. This is regarding Brexit. Now, the idea of this is that he thinks that we should have another vote once we actually know the terms and conditions of leaving the EU. Now, huge, like the red rags the ball. What do you think about that, mate?
Well, listen, you've just shown me a little video. We've just come across a video. You've watched it thoroughly.
I watched it this morning live, mate.
And I've just watched it just now, literally a few seconds ago. And I'm to be honest with you, I get what he's talking about. He's saying that basically we, the people, we've voted for Brexit. People didn't have the information, and as time's gone on, we've realised how dangerous this situation is going to be for us. Yeah, and that we should need to vote again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that's not? Do you think that's unfair? Because I mean, we were lied to with that £350,000 a week that was going to get ploughed into the NHS.
Yeah.
That was a load of old baloney, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. I'm actually sure it was. I mean, what makes me laugh is that we're talking about a system that has lied over and over and over again to working class people of all colours, and hasn't represented all the population.
But
let me just finish what I'm saying. It hasn't represented all people. Lied to them continuously. And then what they've done is there's been this silly lie with one of these stupid people who for the Brexit vote. I think it was, what's his name? The blonde twat. What's his name? Boris Johnson.
Bojo. Oh yeah.
Boris Johnson, who's just all over the place.
Well,
he's come out with this. We're losing this amount of money and stats are wrong. But the problem is that he's probably lied. Of course, he's probably lied to try to persuade people. But hasn't the elite system lied and not followed through with their promises?
Yeah, but I mean, we're going back. Do you not think it's fair for us to actually know what we were voting for? Did we really know what we were voting for? I didn't know.
Every time people vote for politicians, do they know what they're voting for?
No, but I mean, this is.
They're given information that these politicians are going to do things, and it doesn't happen. Yeah. Do they know what they're voting for?
But if we keep it focused on Brexit today,
it's all the same thing. It's about what people. It's about the knowledge that people are supplied by.
What do you think about this campaign?
Do you know what? What's his Star Wars?
That question,
why are we?
Stupid question. Obviously, you're not with the campaign.
No. Listen, I fully understand. I understand why he's doing it, but why? What's his name?
Is he in Star Wars? No,
he's Star Trek. He's the old Star Trek guy, and from the X-Men.
Is he Lord of the Rings or something?
No, they're mates. They all went to school together.
Admit, I don't watch those films.
Yeah, well, Lord of the Rings. Him, the guy from Lord of the Rings, are good buddies.
Oh,
they're one of these type of guys.
Is he Star Wars? Patrick Stewart.
He's Star Trek.
Star Trek. Oh yeah.
Star Trek. Okay, yeah. And he's Star Trek, and he's X-Men. He's the guy in the wheelchair.
I don't know that X-Men.
You don't know the X-Men. Oh, don't worry, we don't know everything, but culturally,
I thought I did. That's a shame.
Jesus Christ! And well, to be honest with you, I'm not. But the information I know, I've seen him in these. He's one of those theatre actors.
Yeah.
He's one of those theatre privileged actors.
He actually comes from working class background, I think.
He's a come from potato factory.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, meaning
he's honed himself. He might have come from a poorer background than you might imagine.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's many years ago, Steve. Like when, when potato famine.
He's got a nice young lady.
Oh, I'm sure
in New York.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't like to criticise people. He's not very nice, but he just sounds like somebody who's been living in one world and it's been very privileged. Would you say he's a privileged man, Steve? Or would you say he's a man who's worried about bills ever? Do you think he's ever worried about paying the light bill, Steve?
Probably
Does he?
Not, probably not in the last.
All right,
50 years,
let's just get a little rough sketch. I don't want to criticise and be so horrible to the guy.
We started off. We were meant to be talking about Brexit.
We're there.
Focusing on.
But I'm trying to build a picture of a mentality.
It's quite an interesting tangent to Patrick Stewart, who we don't actually know too much about.
Yeah. But he's the man. I mean, why are we listening to a guy from Star Trek, an actor, an elite actor?
Star Trek.
Now, why has he got the credibility that we need to listen to him? And was it because he speaks like this?
But okay, what about? I'm thinking though, just hypothetically, if there was another referendum,
yeah,
what sort of chaos that would cause in this country?
Well, it's over. It's over because you know what? If you vote, if the next prime minister, whoever comes in, and then people don't like him, say, "Can we vote again?" This isn't. Well, we didn't realise who we was going to vote for. How bad this person it was.
I don't think you can have another referendum. Really.
You can't. You destroyed democracy. It's stupid. Yeah. It's crazy. You just got to go with it. This is what we got to deal with. Let's just. Sorry to digress, but let me just get a kind of rough idea. We're not going to play it all, but just hopefully you can hear him. Okay. This is the guy. What's his name? Here's a picture of him before I'm going to throw a picture of him.
The referendum.
Talking about a referendum, let's hear him out.
That we should leave the European Union.
Usually, you know what? If it's such a word, you are a bit of an anti-elitist, aren't you?
I am. I can't deal with the elite. The hypocrisy of the elite. I can't deal with elites.
But if you had a working class Cockney guy there asking for a revote, how would you feel about that?
It's a very true point. I am very biased in a certain way. It's just that I don't try. I'm very sceptical when it comes to elite English people. I like the ordinary man.
I get the feeling that.
I
get the feeling that if you are come from a middle class upper American, that in your world you're not allowed to have an opinion.
No, I'd say you do have to have that opinion. But the problem is these people have power, Steve. These people. I don't trust the elite English establishment. I can't. I mean, if you go through history throughout the world, the things that these elite established people have done, you wouldn't trust them as well. Who would trust?
I feel this.
They've lied across.
I feel this is a road well travelled. I think we're going.
We're going off the course. But you asked me about it. But I'm just trying to say this: why are we listening? Why are we listening to a guy from Star Trek, elite actor? Why is he credible?
It's an opinion.
It's opinion, and why was the camera on? Because he's on Star Trek.
I think Star Trek's neither here nor there, is it really?
Well, why are we listening to him? What credibility does he have? He's elite.
Well, because
establishment.
He's Sir Patrick Stewart.
Because he's Sir Patrick Stewart. So his opinion about Brexit is more valuable. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's more.
Do you think he's more rounded?
I say it's valid.
Do you think he's a rounded human being? Do you think he understands about the struggles of the average man?
He probably understands struggles of outer space. So if he understands that, I'm sure he could transfer those skills. I don't know.
Well, let's just have a look. Let's just hear a couple of seconds of him.
The referendum, the people decided that we should leave the European Union, and we respect that decision.
He doesn't really.
He says, and I just want to say, he's sitting on the chair, he's got his legs crossed. And I would like to say that we respect that opinion. And we do. We really respect that opinion. Okay? So that's what he said. Remember that. We respect the opinion, right? Remember that. Sorry for my bad intimidation.
However, as time's gone by, as you well know, the information that we're receiving about the terms and conditions of that.
We respect that opinion. Remember that. We respect it. But however, not even like, well, we've looked and we've seen now. But however, however, here, listen.
Okay, let's cut to the quotes.
Are quite unlike the terms and conditions that were spoken of so loosely during the 2016 campaign. I mean, the £350 million is now infamous that we were told.
It's very infamous.
It's so infamous. That we all know they lied. The scoundrels, they lied.
Those dirty rascals.
They lied, and we've got them on a lie. And they ignore what I'm saying, and I'm saying it is mockery, but They ignore all the lies and the things that they've done. They ignore all the establishment and what they've done to the working class public.
But if he's so privileged and he's so sort of insulated in his little bubble of wealth, let me come in.
I apologise, sorry.
Why is he so passionate about? Why does it matter to him?
Because he's probably got houses in France, Italy, Spain, houses that he's got all around Europe that he lives in with his, when he's doing the Coca-Cola.
I have to come in. This is pure
he's doing
this is pure speculation on Sir Patrick Stewart. Eugene doesn't have a clue where his houses are located. But
you don't think he's got a house in Europe, Steve? You don't think that guy's got a vested interest in Europe?
So he's got a house in the south of France. So he's got
Yeah. Do you can imagine him on his yacht with his Panama hat?
Is that a crime?
Drinking champagne.
Is it a crime?
This is beautiful.
Or is it just the way of the world?
Well, listen, I'm not. Look, the fact that he's successful, I'm not against the fact that he's successful. I think when you're not qualified to discuss about ordinary people's lives, and you're only talking about you would be interested if they said there was no housing, affordable housing. Would he be coming in and thinking, now we know that the government has let down building affordable houses for people, and we think it's appalling, and we need to vote again. Could you see him do that, Steve? You think he could? What do you think?
It's an image that's quite hard for me to imagine.
I can't imagine it. We need more affordable housing for poor working class people. And because now we know we wouldn't have voted for him. Yeah. Or could you hear him say this? We need to up the wage so people can live better. No. What is he interested in? He's in Europe. Why? Because he's worried about Europe and the EU. Because he's got a vested interest. Because he's elite. You'll find most people that are elite establishment usually are more interested in investment.
When it comes to this conversation on this topic, you're sitting on the fence.
I just love his voice.
Available weekly for the National Health Service.
All right.
Okay.
All right. No, we're not going to go, Steve. I think we're doing really well. Let me just get this. I do apologise.
Fundamentally, the deal that I have got. That deal should be voted upon by everybody in the UK, yes or no?
Exactly.
What happened?
So this guy here has started off with his disclaimer, and we respect that vote. Yeah? Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
All right? And then at the end of it, he's like, yes, we need to vote again. Well, you didn't respect the vote because of the information we've been supplied with. Come on, Steve. What do you think, mate? Are you with him or are you with the people? Who are you with, Steve?
I think you have to respect the vote, the first vote.
Give it up, Steve. Give it up.
I can't deny that.
Give it up. Did you think like that last year,
Because
Steve?
it's ridiculous anyway. Because if you did have another vote and you voted to stay in, it was just then why can't you have another vote after that? Best of three, it would just become like a farce, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, coming out of in all jokes aside, and seriously, coming out of Europe on a piece of paper, it doesn't sound great. But the funny thing is that our system, our government's.
It doesn't actually distract from the fact that I think that coming out of Europe in the short term is going to be a disaster.
What do you think? What do you think? So when we next year, we'll hold
because
this.
I don't think we'll get what a lot of people are hoping for. I mean, we were looking at this the other week. And Amber Rudd, the Home Secretary, she did a survey of 400 businesses and their need for migrant workers post Brexit. So the fantasy of what we're going to get isn't going to come true. There's still going to be a watered down version of what people voted for. So in that respect, are we falling between two stools? Are we going to be out of Europe with the disadvantages of that, but at the same time, now standing on our 2 feet, but with a version that we didn't really want?
I don't think nobody knows how it's going to be. All right. I mean, a year ago when we was out of Brexit, they said next year we're going to be going through. It's going to be hell. We thought it was going to be like the movie Mad Max, where everybody's like on the streets scrounging for food. It's going to be gangs. People want proper. A year later, the actual system has actually done it. It's gone up a little bit. Yeah. Now Europeans have gone to other places in Europe. Yeah, or gone back home. All right. The place is not falling apart. Do you feel that it's falling apart?
No, because we haven't left yet.
No, we haven't left yet, but do you feel the vibe of that?
Well, I think when we leave, like the pound will plummet even further. That has done.
Pound will plummet even further. So what do you?
And it could potentially, in the short term, plunge us into another recession. I don't know. Look, we probably won't die in our beds, and we'll probably get through it at the end of the day. But I'm not actually sure that it will be a good thing in the next 2 to 5 years.
Okay.
And then after that, it's all up in the air. It's like juggling the balls where they come down.
So I want to hold you down because in another year, 2 years, we hopefully, if we still can afford electricity, all right, to work the cameras.
Yeah, but probably in 2 to 5 years, okay, if we've actually sort of got a bit of a following, you'll probably be sitting on the Andrew Marr show saying we should have another referendum.
Yes. I just think, I can see that happening. I can't see that happening at all. But one thing I will say to you though, mate, is I can't take the BBC serious when they have these elite it's such an elite establishment, the BBC. And they're contrived as well. They want, they're obviously they're Remainers.
We've done the BBC, haven't we?
We've done the BBC, but I can't take when they bring these guys out up front. Why they're elite, so they speak for the elite system, but they're also like Trekkies fans, ordinary people. Like, oh look, there's that guy that
I'm not a Trekkie or a Star Wars man.
Do you buy into him though? What he says, what he's saying?
No.
You don't? Do you think he cares for the average man? That guy there?
He's probably protecting his
investments. His investments.
To be perfectly honest.
Well, anyway, and all these friends that I've got in the houses in Europe, and we're part of Europe, and their wine fields. He's probably got lands with like.
It is very nice, though, south of France, though.
South of France. I don't know, but I can imagine him on a yacht in the south of France, drinking champagne. And I'm so glad we're still here.
How do you cast a vote from your yacht? How does that work? Can you do that?
He's probably got Polish people who do it for him. He makes a phone call to my Polish mate. Could you vote for us against you? They just say it's the guy from Star Trek. But anyway, listen, we've digressed and we've had a bit of fun with it. And I'm not against elite people. I actually think elite people are really nice. Do you think they're nice, Steve?
I think everyone's entitled to. Crack of the whip.
Everybody's allowed to have a voice and share and stuff like that. I just think if you've got money and you're doing great, you know what? Just take the back seat. You're sorted. Your generations are going to be fine. We just need, we need a fairer system. That's all.
So Patrick, if you watch this tonight, I'll see you in Saint Tropez in a few weeks.
I'll see you there, and we can talk it over a glass of wine. Yeah, that is actually from Europe. But we'll leave it there, and we're just having fun. And I'm sorry for mocking anyone who gets offended, who's like, I can't believe that he's taking that type of accent.
Well, I think you've definitely lost one viewer anyway.
I don't know. A lot of posh people make mock working class people in their accents, so it's only fair, and it's just humour, isn't it?
It's all banter, isn't it?
It's all banter. Take care, everybody.
So
thanks for clinging on and staying through our Brexit #2 video, but I'm sure there will be more.
I think it's Brexit 3 actually. I'm sure
Brexit 3 is going to be coming.
I think there's a few more to come before we finally have our divorce.
Absolutely, that's good. When have we got?
Next March, isn't it? So we've got another 11 months of this.
Scary. Are you scared, Steve?
I'm not that scared, really.
Got kind of used to it, to be honest with you. We'll wait and see how it goes anyway. Subscribe. Anyway, tell us what you think. Do you think... what's his name? Sir Patrick...
Sir Paddy Stewart.
Sir Paddy Stewart, right? Patrick Stewart. Do you think he actually cares about the actual voters who have voted it? Do you think he cares for the average man?
You know what it is?
Because his thing's called the people's vote.
You know what it actually is? He doesn't want to pay more tax on his spaceship.
Absolutely, he doesn't want to. He's so out of touch. He's in another galaxy. The guy. That's what I think. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think he actually. But do you know what? When I hear him, there's a level. I don't know if you feel it. There's a level of vanity. Like it's very hard when you see old people that age. He seems very vain.
He's acting though, isn't it?
But it just seems like
he's using his Shakespearean background.
Yeah, but he's acting
to advocate his message.
He's become the characters he is.
I mean, if you were a Shakespearean actor, wouldn't you use those tools to get across what you would say?
Yeah, but Steve, I mean, I just think he just sounds like he should be on the spaceship still. He sounds like
a very posh spaceship.
A very, very posh spaceship.
Where they serve canapes and what else do they have on posh spaceships?
Where they have canapes and they're getting wine, grapes fed to them by Europeans who are sharing a house to live in, struggling under pressure. They're like, yes, we need more of that. I hope that you are. We need more of these European people who are serving us and living in 1-bedroom flats and 100 because we care for them. Anyway, listen,
He's
I think
on fire tonight. This guy's on fire.
I'm just keeping it 100 and a bowl of biscuits, Steve. 100 and a bowl of biscuits. That's all I'm trying to keep it.
You brought a lot of humour to a very serious subject.
Hey, listen, you've got to have fun. All we can say is, see ya.